Hi, I'm Dave. Welcome. Molo. Sabona. Dumilang. Welkom. Whatever that one says. So what makes me qualified to tell you the story of how Kulula became a big brand in South Africa? Well, you might have seen me in some of their crazy ad campaigns. No, not crazy in that kind of way, the good kind. In 2001, it was no secret that the national carrier dominated the domestic air carrier market. New entrants had a tendency to go belly up. Flightstar, anyone? As did Sun Air, not once but twice. Plus, 9/11 was about to change the world forever. South Africa was certainly not a good market for a low-fare airline because of two main factors. Firstly, there were no cheap regional airports. And secondly, Comair Limited, Kulula's holding company, didn't have gazillions of rands to launch a new brand. Despite that, the guys at kulula.com were determined and ambitious and determined. They refused to believe it was a mission impossible. But they had to do their homework first and had their work cut out for them. Their first challenge was making sure that they positioned the new airline correctly. The folks at Comair had done their research and found that a leisure market would be interested in low fares and had less need for flexibility than business travelers. This meant that the new airline could afford to offer a no-frill service, something which had never been made available before. By not having pre-booked seating, free meals on board, or ticket cancellations, costs could be kept at a minimum and the savings passed on to passengers.
As the first no-frills, low-fare offering in the South African market, we knew that to position ourselves based only on price would be a mistake. If we did that, we'd be boxed in for the future. We couldn't guarantee that we'd always be the cheapest, especially as the national carrier had a history of cost-cutting to drive out new entrants in the market. The smart thing to do was to position ourselves on a premise that was sustainable and long-term. And that's why Kulula's brand positioning of making air travel accessible and easy was so on target. The line, "Now anyone can fly," summed this up perfectly.
The second challenge this new airline faced was deciding on a name. And in the world of branding, your name can influence whether you sink or swim. Marketing history is littered with the remains of names that cause the brand to not take off at all. Take off. Like these. Slush Fund Managers. Meaties Vegetarian Restaurant. Pool Life Pool Cleaner. Holy Shipbuilders. And Steel Construction.
When thinking of what to call the brand, we looked for a name that was available as a .com, had 6 letters, which was very important for the phone number, and not so generic that it would box us in. Essentially, the name had to echo the brand values of simplicity, honesty, respect, innovation, and safety.
So why was kulula.com the winner? It was available as a .com. It was easy to say. It means easy in Zulu. So it had a positive local meaning without being obviously ethnic. Most importantly, the name stood for a benefit rather than a service. With a suitable name now decided upon, it was time to launch the brand.
Kulula.com had a tiny budget of only 3 million rand for the launch and just one opportunity to get it right. It needed to get us noticed. And what better way to do that than by using superheroes, dressed in bright green costumes, with the distinctive green colors, the sonic ident, and unusual visuals. The brand stood out immediately and got everyone talking.
A clue as to how this clearly cuckoo marketing scheme got the nod from the kulula.com head honchos comes from joint CEO of Comair Limited, Gideon Novik. One of Gideon's favorite quotes is, "Sometimes it's riskier not to take a risk." And just to remind you how out there kulula.com's launch ads were and how unlike anything an airline had ever done before in South Africa, let's take a look at them. You'll see that there were no shots of planes and smiling flight attendants. There was no reference to air or jet in the new airline's name. Just some crazy-looking people showing that now anyone can fly. Of course, it wasn't easy finding the right people to fill the shoes of the brand superheroes. Here are some who didn't quite make the cut for the TV ads.
Kulula.com, kulula.com. Anyone can fly, kulula.com. Anyone can fly.
Anyone can fly, Kulula.
Now anyone can fly, kulula.
Anyone can fly. Canoe.
Wow, what some people will do for fame. Here's a radio spot from the same campaign.
kulula.com. South Africa's new no-frills airline, kulula.com, is so easy and affordable now anyone can fly. Even Shireen Lewis, a supposedly ordinary housewife from Cape Town who dials 0861 58 58 52, zaps a 400 rand one-way ticket to Joburg and flies.
Yeah, I am. I'm going. Look at Bowie.
And that superhero so high proves with kulula.com, anyone can fly. kulula.com.
Lekker stuff. And of course, there was print and outdoor as well. The launch campaign was definitely not subtle. Not everyone liked it, but certainly nobody could ignore it. Ticket sales were directly proportional to ad spend. Simply put, the insane advertising got people's attention, fueling kulula.com's takeoff. 2,000 people phoned to book on the first day of business.